Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand spanking new Let's Play. I'm the Shadow Gamer, and today we're going back to, admittedly, my favorite game series of all time, Pokemon. 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 It was everywhere in the late '90s. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the highest, if not the second highest, grossing company of all time, the Pokemon Company, and Nintendo's, let's admit, best selling. But I got a lot of fond memories with this. We're playing the blue version because I'm doing a special run on red version. Otherwise, I'll be playing that. But let's get into it. New game. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Professor. Why is everything in all caps? Why am I yelling? This world is inhabited by special creatures called Pokemon. Yeah, there's no animals in this world whatsoever. There's no dogs or cats or whatnot. So there's no that. What are we eating? I knew that Tauros Me special was suspicious. Some people use them as pets, some people use them as fighting. But I study Pokemon as a profession. How do I get money from this? I have no idea. That's just where I go right ahead. Oh, not TJ. Or TSG. Right, so your name is TSG. Weird name, your parents must have hated you. My grandson, he's been your rival since you were both baby. It, what's his name now? Jerk Face. Interesting. I was gonna name him after my best bud who does Twitch. By the way, we also do Twitch. Same name, the Shadow Gamer 123. But his name, go check him out. He's a great guy. He's a Mimir. I think it's based off of Mimir from God of War, but whatever. That's right. His name is Mimir. Jeez, his parents must hate him too. Your very own Pokemon legend is about to be unfold. A world of dreams, adventures with Pokemon awaits you. Let's go. How'd you get so small? All right, man. This brings me back. Reliving the memories. First thing you're going to want to do is withdraw the potion. That is going to give you an advantage in the upcoming boss fight. Yes, your first fight ever is technically a boss fight. And why blue? Not yellow. Well, because I don't really like the enhanced versions of them. I kind of like the older, more nostalgic versions of the game. Also, yeah. By the way, she was referencing "Stand by Me" there, but it's not safe to go out in a few small blades of grass in in fear of getting jumped by a wild dragonite, because that apparently is possible. Oh, you didn't see that Garatina there? Well, guess you're going to the distortion world. I mean, to be fair, in this game, it does look like it goes up to your eyes, so it is kind of tallish. But still, we need our protection. We can't do that alone. We have three Pokemon. Don't know why he laughs there. Guess he laughs because they're inside these Pokeballs, which is weird. I only have three left, but you could choose. So we are going to be showing off every trainer battle we come across. Trainer battles are eight. Sometimes mandatory, but other than that, sometimes just not they're not like wild battles. Sometimes it's good not to skip them. I will be skipping most wild battles if it doesn't show off something new. If it shows off a new Pokemon that we haven't seen yet, I will not be skipping it just because you don't want to skip those. So we have three Pokemon here. We have Squirtle, the water type, which is the kind of quote unquote medium course. We have Char- Bulbasaur, which is the quote unquote easy course. And then we have Charmander, which is the quote unquote hard course. and also a lot of people's favorites. I think Charizard's overrated, so we're going with my favorite, Bulbasaur. Oh, the Black Pokemon Bulbasaur. Yes, I always love Bulbasaur since the moment I play the game. It's my favorite. But what do I mean by medium, hard, and easy? Well, the starter you choose depends on how the game is structured as far as gyms. So gyms are kind of like the boss battles of the game, and depending on what starter you choose, is going to be your type matchup. So every type has a weakness, except for Gen Start 1 and Gen 4, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So let's see, our Bulbasaur here is a grass poison type. Grass and poison each have their own weaknesses and they each have their own resistances, and we'll get into that as we go along. Basically, since I'm a grass type, the first gym leader is a rock type. I have the advantage. And the second gym leader is a water type. I also have the advantage. That's basically, if you're going for starting a new Pokemon game, that's how you kind of want to structure it until you either have some good team members or can kind of play around that. But yeah, unlike every other game in the series, Rip, the grass type is actually pretty good in this game. I do recommend, for your first time starting out with Bulbasaur. But your rival will almost always start with a Pokemon that you are weak to, but at this point in the game, it's not really anything. Now, there are two strategies here. You could growl, and oh, I thought I had the animation turned off. You could growl, which would lower his attack, giving you a semi advantage, or you can just straight up tackle and hope that you win. If you growl a lot and your opponent growls a lot, it's really upon who gets the critical hit, which is based off of speed, but it means you just do 1.5 times damage. Really helpful in a pinch. But we did get that potion, so I don't think we'll lose this one. Just in case, we can always heal up. Yes, we did see a status move. Status moves are moves that don't do direct damage, but affect stats. Status. There we go. We won our first battle ever. We're not losers. Level 6. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. No, you just picked the one that sucks. I'm not a fan of Charizard. I think he's overrated. That might get a lot of people like, hey, you suck. Bulbasaur's overrated. Yada yada. Like, I don't care. Ah, good old blue. Like I said, unless it shows off something new, I'm gonna be skipping it, just cutting past. But this is our first wild one. What we get? Oh, we get a Pidgey, the early route bird Pokemon. That's kind of underwhelming. It doesn't even get any flying type moves until like level 29, so just box it. Like I said, I'll be skipping these battles. So, past anything new. Starting next episode, um, we'll be skipping battles, but this is, our very first one. We got to see what we have available for us as far as wild stuff. But but yeah, I didn't get into Pokemon until high school actually. My buddy Mir uh, actually let me borrow his copy of Ruby when we were in high school, and I just fell in love with it because before that, I thought Pokemon was just for nerds. Was either for nerds or for little kids. And I remember playing it for a week, putting 20 hours on it, and just falling in love with it. And when I gave it back to him, I went straight to Walmart and I bought Omega Ruby because hey, he had Ruby. There's Omega Ruby, so I might as well get something. Um, And that was, I haven't stopped since. I have every single Pokemon game to date. Oh, except for some spin-offs, like a couple mystery dungeons and Pitbull. But other than that, yeah. So if your Pokemon are injured, hurt, or if you want to switch out Pokemon, you go to the Pokemon Center or the PC. Yeah, the politically correct center. I don't want to see PETA here. No, that's Gen 5. So if you get hurt, you don't want to use a potion, a revive, or whatever, you go to this lady, Nurse Joy. She will heal your Pokemon for free. For free! Universal healthcare. If you have a friend, who does nowadays, you go to this little area. This is the cable club. Back in our day, we didn't have Wi-Fi. We had to connect a cable to our Game Boys. And that allowed us to battle and trade, which means we can't, uh, you know, can't get certain evolutions. Anyways, this is PC. I'm going to log into someone's PC because they didn't have password protection. If I was sponsored, this is where NordVPN would come in. And we could, withdraw Pokemon, deposit, release them back to the wild, yada, yada, yada. If you have more than 6 Pokemon on your team, that's where they go automatically. We're not going to cover just yet because that's a boss fight. Another fight with our rival. But a free invisible potion. I will get most of the invisible items. I know of a lot, but not just yet. I know we are wasting a lot of time in talking, but I'm explaining the mechanics. It's going to go a lot faster as we go along. You can't go through property. So, in the English version, the old man hasn't had his coffee yet. In the Japanese version, he's drunk, but we can't show that to kids. So, in order to get past, we actually have to talk to this guy to get Oak's parcel. Bring that back all the way back down to Professor Oak. And then we can come back and continue on. I guess, he's waiting for his coffee to brew, so gotta wait for the old man to have his coffee. Right? Right? I don't know. I just blue just never really made it was eye appealing to me. I always liked the red version better. I always had that one version of each generation that I just was attracted to and went, yep, that's the only version I'm gonna play ever. I mean, I have both versions, I just like one over the other. How about Pokemon? Whoa, seems to like you a lot. You must be as talented as a trader on 3 HP going, heal me. You're a horrible trainer. It's a custom Pokeball I order. Look at it. This is just a regular Pokeball. Shut up, it's custom. It's embroidered. So there is technically another thing you can do besides just beat the game. So your main goal is to take on the 8 gym leaders and take on the Elite Four. The highest of the highest trainer become the champion. If you've seen the anime, Ash sucks at this. Well, Ash sucks at a lot in general, but for us, that's kind of something that we're just like asked to do. Is like, hey, if you want, you could take on the league challenge. We don't really care to do it. I never thought Red really cared to do it. I thought it was just something that he wanted to do just to beat Gary. So it's like, yeah, you're going down, kid. But the secondary goal of Pokemon and the big one is to complete the Pokedex. It's an encyclopedia on every Pokemon. And unfortunately, like the anime, we can't just look at it. We can't just look at them. No, we actually have to catch them. That means going after dangerous icy mountains and volcanoes just to catch your legendary chicken. Stupid Arcuno. Oh yeah, that's also something we're doing. We're going after every legendary of every Pokemon game that we play. Which means, yes, I'll be going after the roaming dogs of Gen 2. But we're going to have something special for that. But isn't that a tedious task? You know that the pokedex just sucks because there's 151. Yeah, it is. I don't think the videos are up anymore. I think it's past due. But yeah, I did a full complete dex run of Generation 1 on my Twitch channel. That was about I think 13 episodes, about 2 hours long each, something like that. 3 hours long. Yeah, it took a while, and I used rare candy cheese, but I don't care. It sucked. But I will try and mitigate, the battles if I can. Repels and all that. But for now, we're just learning the basics. We're learning the ropes. So you can get free Pokeballs from Professor Oak, and the way you do that is you go up and beat your rival Garrett without buying any Pokeballs, which means using only your starter. And we're not doing that. Using only your starter, and because he has two Pokemon at this point, a Pidgey and a Charmander. And then you go back to Professor Oak, brag that you beat his grandson again. He'll say, "Well, guess you're better than him. Here's 5 Pokeballs, whatever, so I can get in my face." But for us, no, we're not giving them. We got to buy them. Let's get let's get 6-ish. That should be enough. Look at this. We don't even have any potions. I forgot something. we we don't have any potions yet, but we can get a free one. So if you go down here, talk to this guy. Da, 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 da. Ba, ba, ba. Hello. I work at the Pokemart. It's a convenient shop. Even though it wasn't convenient to backtrack and come to me, I'll give you a sample for your troubles. Here you go. No scary Pokeballs. Yep, so we got a free potion. So we have 2 now. Because apparently the shop doesn't carry potions. Ah, the rat. I hate this rat. We're about to find a rat that I actually like, but this rat sucks. What sucks about him? Quick attack. This thing, quick attack is a priority +1. Priority +1 means if you use it, no matter how fast your opponent is, you're going first. And that's cool. Unless you're the recipient and you keep dying to it. Sorry, fainting. There's no dying in the Pokemon world. Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's called Lavender Town. And we'll get to that later, all you sadists, you. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe it's just my okay, I'll see. Maybe it's just my let's go sense is tingling, but there there's an item there and let's go. Heal me up, Nurse Joy. I'll also probably skip I'll heal if I heal once in a town, I'll probably skip every other time after that. Just to show, hey, I'm in this town. Even though I'm pretty sure you guys have eyes and that doesn't make sense. Whatever. But if you know the infamous missing no glitch, you can ask this guy how to catch a Pokemon anytime. We'll get into that glitch later. No, seriously, we will. We're not gonna use it to cheat, but still, it's nice to have. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry about that. So, like I said, we are going to show off all trainer battles, but after this episode, unless it's something new, we're not going to show off any Pokemon battles. Wild. But actually, no, I will skip here because I'm going to be looking for a certain rat in this forest. And until I find him, hey, first try! That wasn't planned. I didn't cut either. That was literally first try. Wow! Now I know how Johnny of SGB feels with Pikachu on his first attempt. Because I don't want to risk a crit. I'm just gonna go for it, even though Pikachu actually has not that high of a catch rate. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Yay! Oh boy, that's funny. That's funny right there. Okay, we'll cut until I get back. I'm gonna go heal up. All right, we're back in, and there is nothing there. Let's actually show off any other things that we can get. Of course, in blue version, there is a 5% chance for a Weedle and like a 80% chance for a Caterpie. Or was it 90? No, about 80, because you also have the evolutions. Caterpie is actually not a bad choice for an early game bug. It's actually one of my favorites because at when it evolves at fully, I should say, fully evolves at level 10. Yeah, bug types evolve really early, except for Volcarona, but we'll get to that way later. Um, when Butterfree evolves at level 10, it doesn't get anything. At level 12, it gets Confusion, one of the most broken type moves in the entire game. Psychic types are downright broken in this game. Like you get a psychic type, you get a psychic type, you basically won the game. It's it's like no competition. That's why they had to nerf it in Gen 2. Huzzah! Let's actually start fighting people. And I'll before Brock, I'll be grinding off screen, so I'm not stupid. Yeah, Pokemon, come on, let's battle. But our first Pokemon battle outside of Gary, and it's a pathetic bug. I'm just kidding. Whoa. Oh, come on, Bulbasaur. It's like your 13th when you missed this session. Maybe I got a bad natured Bulbasaur. Sorry, but that was an alarm if you heard that. All right, so yeah, what we all just did was String Shot, which lowers speed. That's it. And it's like only one of two or three bug type moves in the entire game. The other one is Twin Needle, which only two Pokemon can learn: Beedrill and Jolteon. That's it. And unless you're using a Jolteon, that is also Psychic type's only weakness of the game. I know. But no, what about Ghost? Ghost, no. Technically not, because the only damaging Ghost type move, Nightshade, is set damaged. So it's not super effective. And Lick, for some reason, the only other Ghost type move in the game, is programmed to not affect Psychic types at all. It won't even touch them. Yeah, that sucks. So do yourself a favor. Don't even just use a physical move because besides having a high speed and very high special, psychic types usually have a very weak physical defense. Just use body slam or strength or something. I mean, I like Jolteon, I really do, but I mean, I ain't using it for pin missile. I'll tell you that much. Um, hey, what's up? Like I said, we're facing every trainer that we come across. Which, unless I'm just doing it for grinding. It's pretty much every trainer in the game. But if you notice something here, because I'm pretty sure he's going to use it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Oh, wrong typing. Duh. Um, I don't have the right typing on me. I thought stupid. So what I wanted to show off was how poison was super effective against bug. So in this generation only, poison was super effective against bug. Don't know why, but it made stuff like Paris 4 times weak to poison, as well as fire and flying, making it the only Pokemon ever to have a 4 times weakness to 3 types. Yeah, Paris and Paris, I kind of got screwed in this in this game. Bum-ba-da-bup-ba-da-bup-bup-bup. Oh yeah, Kakuna. Let's show off something here. We can show off Leech Seed. So Leech Seed doesn't do directly any damage, but that was stupid. But what it does do is it takes, I think, 1/12 of your HP per turn, or a little bit of your HP. It kind of sucks, so we're switching to my under-leveled Pikachu, which yes is gonna be my electric type for the game. I love Raichu. It's not my favorite. That'd be Magneton slash Magnezone. Yeah, it was for the longest time Jolteon, but Jolteon is still my favorite evolution. But that's other one is still my favorite electric type of all time. Paralysis. Paralysis cuts your speed in half. It also ups your catch rate if it was wild. You can't catch anybody else's Pokemon because that would be a thief. We're not a thief. We're a good boy. But we can just shock him into submission. Zappy zappy. Level 10. If this was Gen 2 or above, I'd be learning Vine Whip by now, but we're not. So we gotta trudge on. Yeah, Bulbasaur doesn't learn Vine Whip in this generation until level 13. Little late for a good grass move, don't you think? I mean, come on. Squirtle gets Bubble at 7. Charmander gets Ember at 9. Bulbasaur has to wait till 13. That sucks. But like I said, we'll trudge on. There's not much that can really hurt us much in this forest, thanks to Bulbasaur's poison typing. That's also partly why I picked him because it makes it go by faster. You also don't get much money in this game. But come on. But I digress. We're not really looking for money. By the way, the money you get in the forest is like $260. That's enough to buy one Pokeball or one potion. Do you want to heal or do you want to catch something? Your choice, kid. Hey, Caterpie. But we only have one more trainer before we're out. So let's just go do that real quick. Potion. And like I said, from now on, we're going to be, after this episode, we'll be skipping wild battles. There is a glitch you can do actually with this game. Um, if you get into a wild battle right in front of this trainer right here before he sees you, and you lose that battle, he will see you. You'll be teleported off screen to heal, and that does something to where you can catch a level 1 Nidoking. Yeah, level 1. That shouldn't exist, but it does. You can then just give it a tiny bit of experience and give it will shoot up to level 100 because of called negative overflow, where value integers can't go in the negatives. So it freaks out and goes, let's just put it to the maximum. Boom, level 100. Yeah, I go into all these glitches and all that, and I don't think it's up, so it kind of sucks. In our complete Dex run, which I'm planning to do a Generation 2 Dex. Don't know if that means all 251 or if that just means all 100 of the Johto Pokemon, which I'm pretty sure that's what I mean. Just the Johto ones. But yeah, it's gonna suck when I get to Gen 3. But we're trudging through, but we're still not there. That's all you got. Okay, good. But we're on the road to Viridian City, and we will meet you guys up next time when we face our first gym leader, our first boss of the game. See you then.